Without being too hard on a Camry and without being too hard on the previous version of this car, it was a little bit of lipstick on a pig. It was basically a Camry that was gussied up a bit and called a Lexus. With this car, it's a little bit more of a bolder departure. It does take a little bit more of its own identity into the reality of it being a Lexus now.
I think they know their customer here. It's definitely not the Y generation. The buyer for this Lexus ES is going to be older. It's a big, comfortable car with a lot of interior volume and pretty quiet.
We think it'll bring in a little bit younger people. We're not aiming this as a Gen Y. That's not a Gen Y car, but we make it open to or attractive to a little younger buyer, while making it also very in demand from a current generation of owners.
At the Detroit Auto Show, Lexus unveiled the LF-LC concept, which offers a glimpse into the future of Lexus design. The front grille, for example, can already be found on the new ES.
The front new spindle grille is really kind of giving them this sort of branded image now that is obviously so popular in the industry right now. And I think that'll work to their advantage because it is kind of mean looking. So, I mean, that might scare a little bit of the older demographic, and it might bring in a little bit of the younger ones.
The ES 300H is the first ever hybrid ES. It runs on a 2.5-liter four-cylinder Atkinson cycle engine.
One of the things I really like about the hybrid is the way the new powertrain seems to be integrated. It's probably the most satisfying hybrid drivetrain I've experienced to date. I'm the last person to recommend a hybrid, but I actually enjoy driving it.
The 350 is a 3.5-liter V6. A great engine, fuel efficient, provides that little extra power for people who are looking for the conventional vehicle. Electric power steering on both models, the 350 and the 300H. And it's actually adaptable, so when you switch to sport mode, you'll get a little more of a direct feel with electric power steering. That's one of the benefits of electric power steering, is you can modify it based on the driving behavior that you want. You can modify how much assist it really gives you.
Whether we like it or not, key fobs are here to stay. But with the new ES, there's something interesting with this key fob. As you approach the car, let's say at night in a parking lot, when you reach a certain distance, all the lights come on and the doors unlock. Pretty cool. Now, once you get to the trunk, yes, there is a latch. However, you need the key fob. Not in the car, right here. I know, redundant. But once you open the trunk, 15.2 cubic feet of space. It does have room for skis. However, the seats do not fold down. And that seems to be a trend with luxury cars. Question is, why?
There's a trade-off. Either you split it for flexibility for storage. When they're not foldable, you end up with a more rigid vehicle. So it helps for handling and performance and smoothness and overall comfort of the vehicles.
I actually like this car. I'm surprised. They seem to have spent some money on suspension damping through some rough roads. The car's not bottoming out. It's really composed, and I was really surprised.
Personally, I think most people should spend more time when they're driving and less time on trying to be connected. However, on this new ES, there is some technology. It's not new, but I like it. The seats, both seats are heated. Both seats have 10-way adjustable settings. Unfortunately, unlike its predecessor on the base model, the seats are not leather and the steering wheel is not heated. It also has tire pressure monitors, lane departure monitors, and the one I like is the automatic high beam. You set it, and then at night, when it detects a car coming towards you, the high beam shuts off, and then when the car clears, it automatically turns on. One less thing to worry about at night.
I think they've kind of hit two demographics here instead of the previous one, which was kind of that geriatric car. I think now they're leaning a little bit more toward, I might be nearing geriatric, but I don't necessarily want to admit it yet. Well, dare I say, I think it's a little more masculine. So, I mean, not to say that this was in any way a chick car in the past, but I just think with that AMG styling and the skirt's a lot more aggressive around the front, that it definitely has a lot meaner, more aggressive look to it for sure.
The electric car of the future, it's probably pretty much like the electric car of the present. More later on Kenzie's Corner.